Well, I think I know I've been working very hard for the family business. Um, Sometimes if those days are long days, and I think if I know I'm working hard and I'm you know pulling my weight, both work and then playing hard at the same time, I
The world gasped as Princess Catherine stepped into the spotlight. And what she wore left everyone speechless. The Princess of Wales appeared in the Queen's most wanted tiara, a priceless heirloom few ever thought we'd see again. Cameras flashed, jaws dropped, and whispers spread through the royal halls. How did Catherine inherit this legendary piece? And what secret power does it hold within the royal family?
Been in the back of my mind for quite a while, the whole climate change debate, environmental issues growing, pollution. So I've always felt very strongly about it, and I've been watching very carefully what others have been doing.
From the very beginning of her marriage to Prince William, Catherine's style has reflected a delicate balance between modern simplicity and traditional royal elegance. Her jewelry choices are perhaps the clearest example of that. Whether she is attending a state banquet, a charity gala, or a more relaxed public event, each piece she wears seems to carry a story. Some have been passed down through the royal family for decades. Others are believed to have been gifted to her by the late Queen Elizabeth II, and a few once belonged to Princess Diana, creating a sentimental thread between mother, son, and daughter-in-law. The late Queen Elizabeth was known for her vast jewelry collection, one of the most impressive in the world. Many of her pieces were inherited from previous monarchs or gifted to her during her reign, and she often loaned selected items to other members of the royal family for formal occasions. Catherine, as the Princess of Wales, has gradually become one of the main recipients of these loans. Through them, she not only honors the Queen's legacy, but also continues a royal tradition of showcasing historical jewelry that represents Britain's heritage and craftsmanship. One of the most remarkable pieces now associated with Catherine is the multi-strand pearl choker necklace, which originally belonged to Queen Elizabeth II. The necklace was designed using pearls that had been presented to the Queen by the Japanese government in the 1970s. It features 4 rows of pearls joined at the front by a diamond clasp. Princess Diana famously wore the same choker in the 1980s, and years later, Catherine was seen wearing it for significant royal occasions, including state events and memorials. The necklace has come to symbolize not just elegance, but also continuity, a visible link between 3 generations of royal women. Catherine has also worn diamond necklaces that once formed part of the late Queen's collection. Among these is the George VI festoon necklace, originally created for Queen Elizabeth when she was still Princess Elizabeth. The piece was commissioned by her father, King George VI, and consists of multiple strands of diamonds set in a delicate arrangement that gleams under bright light. When Catherine wears this necklace, it instantly evokes the classic style of the young Elizabeth, connecting 2 royal women separated by time but united in duty. In addition to the Queen's jewels, Catherine often honors her late mother-in-law, Princess Diana, through her choice of jewelry. The most famous example is her engagement ring, featuring a 12-carat oval Ceylon sapphire surrounded by 14 solitaire diamonds set in white gold. This ring was made by the royal jeweler Gerard and was originally selected by Princess Diana herself in 1981, when she became engaged to Prince Charles. By choosing to give this ring to Catherine, Prince William ensured that his mother's memory would continue to be part of his new life. He once mentioned that offering that ring was his way of keeping his mother close during one of the happiest moments of his life. Since then, the engagement ring has become one of the most recognizable pieces of jewelry in the world. It not only represents Catherine's connection to Princess Diana, but has also become a symbol of modern royal romance and continuity. Every time Catherine wears it, whether during a public engagement or while attending royal ceremonies, it draws admiration and reinforces her image as a modern royal grounded in family history. Beyond the engagement ring, Catherine has also worn other pieces that originally belonged to Princess Diana. She has been seen in Diana's sapphire and diamond earrings, as well as several bracelets and pendants that once formed part of the late princess's personal collection. These pieces are deeply personal and emotional reminders of Diana's legacy. Catherine's decision to wear them occasionally, rather than frequently, reflects both respect and restraint, showing that she values the history behind each item, while also maintaining her own distinct style. Jewelry, for Catherine, is not simply about status or appearance. Each selection appears intentional, chosen to fit the tone of the event and the message she wishes to convey. When she attends national commemorations, for example, she tends to wear pearls, traditionally associated with dignity and mourning. During state dinners or foreign visits, she may select diamonds or sapphires, often those with direct historical significance. Her style is understated yet elegant, and her jewelry choices often spark international discussion among fashion observers and royal watchers alike. What makes Catherine's jewelry collection particularly interesting is the combination of personal sentiment and public symbolism. Unlike many public figures, every piece she wears has the potential to send a message about family, tradition, remembrance, or diplomacy. For instance, wearing the Queen's pearl choker to a state occasion not only complements her outfit, but also serves as a visual tribute to the monarch who guided the royal family for 70 years. Similarly, wearing one of Diana's pieces is an understated way to acknowledge the legacy of a woman beloved around the world. Catherine's jewelry style also reflects her personal preference for simplicity and balance. She rarely wears large or overly ornate pieces. Instead, she often chooses classic designs that highlight craftsmanship without overwhelming her overall look. Even when wearing heirlooms worth millions of pounds, she manages to make them appear natural and effortlessly integrated into her appearance. This has helped her build a reputation for being relatable and grounded, despite the grandeur that surrounds royal life. The Princess of Wales's jewelry collection, therefore, tells a story not only of luxury and beauty, but also of heritage and identity. It reveals how jewelry, in the royal context, carries layers of meaning that go far beyond fashion. Through her choices, Catherine continues to strengthen the bridge between past and present, subtly preserving the memories of two influential women who shaped her family's story, Queen Elizabeth II and Princess Diana. As we look at the broader picture, it becomes clear that Catherine's jewelry is not a mere display of wealth or privilege. Instead, it serves as a living archive of royal history. Each brooch, necklace, or ring has a background, a gift exchanged, a ceremony attended, a milestone remembered. Together, they form part of the visual language of the monarchy. A reminder that while styles may evolve, the importance of symbolism remains constant. When we look at Catherine's necklaces and pendants, what stands out is not just their sparkle, but their stories. Where they came from, the occasions she wears them, and how they link her to the past. In this section, we'll walk through some of her most notable necklaces, how she uses them, and what they communicate in the context of royal symbolism. One of the more striking pieces Catherine has worn is the Cartier Trinity necklace. The Trinity line originates from a design by Louis Cartier in 1924 and features 3 interlaced bands of pink, yellow, and white gold. Those rings are said to represent love, fidelity, and friendship. Over time, that design has been adapted into rings, bracelets, and necklaces. The version worn by Catherine is understated yet meaningful, a delicate chain carrying the 3 rings together, allowing them to move freely. Catherine has chosen this piece for occasions where she wants jewelry to be visible, but not overwhelming. For example, she wore the Trinity necklace in 2012 at a National Portrait Gallery event tied to the London Olympics. On that occasion, she paired it with a blue dress, and the necklace added subtle elegance without detracting from her overall style. She has also been seen wearing pieces from the Trinity range on multiple occasions, sometimes paired with matching earrings. The charm of the Trinity lies in its simplicity and symbolism. Because the interlaced rings are modest in size, the piece can be worn both in formal contexts and in more public or casual settings. At the same time, its symbolic aspects appeal to royal heritage. Love, fidelity, and friendship are values that carry weight in royal narratives of duty and continuity. Another necklace that has drawn attention is the Nizam of Hyderabad necklace. This is a dramatic diamond necklace presenting a floral motif design that was gifted many decades ago to Princess Elizabeth, the future Queen Elizabeth II. Catherine wore this necklace first in a gala event for the National Portrait Gallery in 2014, and later again for a Buckingham Palace reception in 2019 during a diplomatic corps event. The necklace is elaborate, a statement piece, and when Catherine wears it, she balances it with elegant dress and relatively modest earrings, so the focus falls on the necklace itself. The story behind that gift is part of Britain's royal jewelry tradition. It was one of several pieces that passed through royal hands, and when Catherine wore it, observers noted how it links her to Queen Elizabeth's earlier years and to the royal legacy she now represents. Then there is the George VI festoon necklace, which also comes from the Queen Elizabeth II's collection. That piece consists of multiple rows of diamonds in a graceful arrangement. Catherine chose it for her coronation portrait when Charles became king, a way of visually aligning herself with the previous monarch and making a statement of continuity. That necklace is dramatic, with a classic form that respects tradition, but also reads as regal rather than ostentatious. Catherine has also drawn on items that have more personal resonance from Princess Diana's wardrobe. While much of Diana's jewelry is preserved or displayed, some pieces have been passed into wider family use or are loaned for special occasions. In her public appearances, Catherine has worn necklaces or pendants that echo Diana's tastes, though she often adjusts or modifies them in style to suit modern aesthetics. One example of that sensibility is how Catherine blends heavy, ornate heirloom necklaces with simpler pendants when the focus of the event is not necessarily glamour, but symbolism. She chooses which necklace to wear depending on the message, whether she wants to evoke history, pay tribute, or maintain a polished but understated presence. It's also worth pointing out that many of the royal necklaces Catherine wears are not her personal property. They are either loans from the crown or items kept in trust. This means she does not always wear the same pieces. Access can depend on protocol, timing, or the nature of the event. In some cases, she may wear a simpler necklace to accompany a more dramatic brooch or tiara, ensuring that no one piece overpowers the rest of the ensemble. At formal dinner events or state visits, her necklace choices often complement her dress's neckline. For example, when wearing strapless or off-the-shoulder gowns, she has opted for necklaces that sit just at the collarbone or slightly below, enough to be visible but not so low that they compete with the neckline. This tailoring of jewelry to dress silhouette shows deliberate consideration of how each piece works with her outfit. On several occasions, Catherine has combined necklace and earring sets from the same design family. Matching a pendant necklace with coordinating earrings helps create cohesion in her look. It also subtly reinforces the importance of the design itself, drawing attention to its craftsmanship and origin. Another design detail to note is how Catherine sometimes wears more than one necklace in layered form. One can imagine a situation where a shorter necklace is closer to the neck and a longer pendant hangs below, but done with care so the two pieces don't clash. The layering is nuanced, and the necklaces are selected so that they complement rather than compete. Her willingness to wear historical necklaces does not make her wardrobe feel stuck in the past. On the contrary, she often pairs a vintage or heirloom necklace with a contemporary gown or modern styling, giving the piece new life in a 21st century context. In this way, she acts both as a steward of royal heritage and a modern style figure. In public commentary, observers frequently note how Catherine's necklaces help her convey respect, continuity, and dignity on Britain's behalf. When national ceremonies occur, or when she attends events with international guests, jewelry becomes part of her visual vocabulary. Wearing a necklace formerly worn by the Queen or by Diana is subtle but significant. It communicates that she is part of a lineage and that she honors it. Some critics argue that heirloom jewelry is a heavy burden. After all, it carries expectations. But Catherine seems to manage this by not overusing her most famous pieces. She keeps them reserved for moments when they will resonate, like anniversaries, state dinners, major royal celebrations, or memorials. In quieter public appearances, she may choose smaller modern designs, or simpler chains, keeping the heirloom necklaces for special moments. There is also an important practical side: brand, maintenance, and security. These necklaces must be insured, safely stored, and maintained by expert staff. They are not everyday wear, but rather tools of protocol and style. Catherine's use of them reflects not just personal taste, but the infrastructure of royal life that supports how she presents herself. It is fascinating to imagine the conversations behind which necklace to wear and when. Some choices may be guided by advisors, royal jewelry curators, or tradition. The key is that Catherine's choices feel personal, not imposed. Over time, she has developed her own rhythm. She knows when to pull out a dramatic piece and when to stay modest. Overall, Catherine's necklaces and pendants reveal a dual role. She honors tradition, and she asserts her own identity. The jewels are not just symbols of wealth, they are diplomatic tools, personal tributes, and visual links to the women who preceded her in life, duty, and style. When Catherine steps into the light wearing one of these necklaces, she carries a message that she is part of a continuing story, and that jewelry is part of how royalty is seen and remembered. Catherine, Princess of Wales, is known for her refined taste and ability to merge royal tradition with contemporary style. While her gowns and accessories often capture attention, her earrings have become one of the most distinctive elements of her fashion identity. Over the years, she has worn everything from priceless heirloom diamonds to affordable high street finds. Each pair tells a small story, reflecting the balance between formality, sentiment, and modern flair. Catherine's earring choices are not simply about decoration. They are an extension of her personality and a subtle nod to the royal women who came before her. The story of Catherine's earrings begins long before she became the Princess of Wales. Even during her early years as the Duchess of Cambridge, her earring choices showed consistency and taste. She preferred elegant designs, not too large or ostentatious, with clean lines and a classic finish. As she took on more royal duties, this taste evolved into a signature style that now bridges high fashion and family heritage. Among her most well-known earrings are the sapphire and diamond studs that once belonged to Princess Diana. These earrings originally formed part of a jewelry suite given to Diana by the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia as a wedding gift in 1981. The set included a necklace, bracelet, watch, and earrings featuring large sapphires surrounded by diamonds. After Diana's passing, the pieces were divided between her sons. When Prince William became engaged to Catherine, he offered her the sapphire earrings, which she later had modified into a drop style to suit her own taste. The result is a design that remains faithful to Diana's original, but with a lighter, more contemporary silhouette. Catherine has worn these sapphire drops on many occasions, from official tours to charity events. Their deep blue color pairs well with her engagement ring, which also features a Ceylon sapphire surrounded by diamonds. The visual harmony between the two pieces has made them instantly recognizable as part of her signature look. For royal watchers, the earrings serve as a poignant reminder of Diana's legacy and the emotional continuity between generations. While heirloom pieces hold sentimental value, Catherine also embraces versatility. She often alternates between inherited jewels and modern designs, showing that elegance doesn't always have to come from history. One of her early public favorites was a pair of diamond drop earrings by designer Kiki McDonough. Known for her colorful gemstones and feminine style, McDonough has become one of Catherine's go-to jewelers. Catherine owns multiple pairs of McDonough earrings, including green amethyst drops, citrine teardrops, and blue topaz designs. These pieces offer a softer, more approachable form of glamour compared to formal royal diamonds, and they work seamlessly for daytime engagements. Catherine's love of simple yet striking designs also extends to more affordable brands. She has been spotted wearing earrings from high street retailers like Zara and Accessorize, demonstrating that good taste doesn't depend solely on price. For instance, at the premiere of the film Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom in 2013, she paired a designer gown with statement earrings from Zara costing less than £30. This choice drew widespread praise for its accessibility and relatability. It showed that she could blend high fashion and affordable style in a way that resonated with the public. Another noteworthy moment came at the 2019 BAFTA Awards, where Catherine wore a white one-shouldered Alexander McQueen gown and paired it with a pair of diamond drop earrings that once belonged to Princess Diana. These earrings, part of the same Saudi suite as her sapphire studs, had not been publicly seen in decades. By wearing them to a major cultural event, Catherine created a subtle bridge between Diana's iconic glamour and her own modern interpretation of royal elegance. The look was widely admired for its symbolism and restraint. Catherine's ability to balance statement and simplicity is one of her defining strengths. For formal events like state banquets or diplomatic receptions, she often opts for chandelier-style earrings, which frame the face and add brilliance under bright lighting. When she attended a dinner at the Royal College of Art in 2012, she wore sapphire and diamond earrings designed by Kiki McDonough that perfectly complemented her violet Alexander McQueen gown. The combination highlighted her growing confidence in mixing traditional gemstones with modern design. Her collection also includes a set of diamond earrings gifted to her by Queen Elizabeth II. These looping diamond earrings originally entered the royal collection during the Queen's 1979 visit to the Gulf states. The intricate looping design features small diamonds arranged in a circular pattern. Elegant, but not overbearing, Catherine wore them during her official visit to Scotland in 2021, where their sparkle added a refined touch to her tailored outfits. Such choices reflect her understanding of when to highlight luxury and when to let the design speak quietly for itself. Another category that stands out in Catherine's jewelry box is her preference for pearl earrings. Pearls have long been associated with royal women. They are considered timeless and appropriate for both celebration and mourning. Catherine has worn simple pearl drops during somber occasions, including remembrance services and funerals. At other times, she has opted for larger designs, such as the Collingwood pearl earrings once worn by Princess Diana. These pieces feature a diamond stud connected to a single hanging pearl, creating a look that is both stately and understated. The earrings were originally a wedding gift to Diana and later passed on for Catherine to wear. They have become one of her most elegant accessories, especially suited for events requiring dignity and restraint. Catherine's earring choices also reflect her understanding of context. When attending a daytime engagement, she often chooses lightweight earrings that move gracefully but do not distract. During official tours abroad, she sometimes incorporates local craftsmanship or stones native to the host country, acknowledging culture through subtle symbolism. At evening galas, she favors earrings that catch light but remain proportionate to her hairstyle and neckline. This adaptability has become part of her reputation as a modern royal, who respects both protocol and aesthetics. The way Catherine pairs her earrings with other jewelry also reveals careful thought. She rarely overloads her look with too many competing pieces. If she wears large earrings, she keeps necklaces minimal or skips them altogether. This approach ensures that each element of her appearance feels deliberate rather than excessive. Her choices align with the idea that true elegance lies in restraint, a philosophy often observed in the royal family's approach to fashion. Another aspect that draws admiration is her habit of re-wearing earrings. Unlike some public figures who treat jewelry as a one-time statement, Catherine frequently brings back the same pairs for different events. This consistency creates familiarity and demonstrates practicality. When she reuses her sapphire or pearl earrings, for instance, it not only reinforces their sentimental value, but also sets an example of sustainable fashion. It shows that style does not require constant novelty, only thoughtful selection. Over time, her collection of earrings has grown to represent the evolution of her royal role. Early in her marriage, her choices were lighter, simpler, and sometimes playful. As she took on more senior responsibilities and became the Princess of Wales, her selections became more symbolic and stately. Today, she alternates effortlessly between modern pieces and heritage jewels, each serving a specific purpose. Whether attending a charity luncheon, a diplomatic dinner, or a family service, she communicates through her earrings as much as through her words or gestures. Catherine's jewelry habits also reflect an awareness of how she is photographed. Earrings frame the face, and close-up shots of her at official events often capture their details. She seems to choose pieces that sparkle just enough to draw the viewer's eye, yet never overshadow her expression. This balance between visibility and subtlety is part of what makes her style so enduring. Every public appearance feels polished but authentic, grand yet relatable. Ultimately, Catherine's earrings are more than accessories. They represent a dialogue between tradition and modernity, heritage and individuality. Through them, she connects to her family's history, while presenting herself as a confident, approachable representative of the monarchy. Whether she's wearing Diana's sapphire drops, the Queen's diamond loops, or a pair of $20 high street earrings, each choice adds another layer to the narrative she continues to build, one of continuity, respect, and quiet confidence. As her role continues to evolve, Catherine's earring choices will likely remain an essential part of her public image. They are the finishing touch to her polished ensembles, a signal of both her position and her personality. More than that, they serve as small but powerful symbols of how tradition can coexist with modern sensibility, a balance that defines her as one of the most influential style figures of her generation. Catherine, Princess of Wales, has built a jewelry collection that perfectly reflects her role within the royal family. Beyond her necklaces and earrings, the pieces that perhaps carry the most sentiment and symbolism are her rings, bracelets, and tiaras. Each of these categories holds deep personal and historical significance, telling stories of love, family, duty, and royal tradition. Together, they trace Catherine's journey from her engagement to her life today as one of the most visible and respected women in the British monarchy. The most famous of all her rings, and arguably one of the most iconic pieces of jewelry in the world, is her engagement ring. The ring features a 12-carat oval Ceylon sapphire, surrounded by 14 brilliant cut diamonds, set in 18-carat white gold. It was created by Gerard, the crown jewelers at the time, and first chosen by Princess Diana in 1981, when she became engaged to Prince Charles. Unlike most royal engagement rings, which were custom designed, Diana chose hers from the jeweler's public collection. The decision was seen as unusual at the time, but reflected her independent spirit. The design, inspired by a brooch once owned by Queen Victoria, quickly became one of the most recognizable rings in the world. When Prince William proposed to Catherine in 2010, he presented her with the same ring. He later explained that offering this particular ring was his way of keeping his mother close during such a significant moment. The gesture gave the piece a new chapter in royal history, from being a symbol of Diana's love story to becoming part of William and Catherine's. The ring now represents continuity and remembrance, connecting past and present in a single elegant design. Catherine's engagement ring has rarely left her hand since the announcement of her engagement. Its deep blue sapphire perfectly complements her refined style and frequently matches other sapphire pieces she wears, such as earrings and brooches. Over time, the ring has become synonymous with her image, just as it once was with Diana's. It symbolizes loyalty, stability, and the enduring connection between generations of royal women. Alongside the engagement ring, Catherine also wears a plain yellow gold wedding band. Like those worn by generations of royal brides before her, it was crafted from a piece of Welsh gold, a royal tradition that dates back nearly a century. The gold was sourced from the Clogau St. David's mine in Wales, the same origin used for the wedding bands of Queen Elizabeth II, the Queen Mother, and Princess Diana. The use of Welsh gold has become a symbolic gesture representing unity between the monarchy and the people of Wales. Catherine's ring continues this tradition, honoring royal custom while marking her place in its lineage. After the birth of their first child, Prince George, Prince William gave Catherine a third ring, an eternity ring made of diamonds, representing everlasting love and family. The ring is delicate and understated, fitting neatly alongside her engagement and wedding bands. It serves as a quiet token of affection and a milestone in their personal lives. Observers have often noted how the three rings, sapphire, gold, and diamond, reflect the stages of her royal journey: engagement, marriage, and motherhood. Beyond rings, Catherine's choice of bracelets offers another glimpse into her connection to both history and personal meaning. One particularly special bracelet is believed to have been a gift from King Charles, then Prince of Wales. The bracelet features a central diamond surrounded by smaller stones set in yellow gold. It has been seen on Catherine's wrist during formal occasions and royal banquets, paired with diamond earrings or a tiara. While the exact details of its design have not been publicly confirmed, many jewelry experts identify it as a token of familial affection and respect between father and daughter-in-law. Catherine also owns a friendship-style bracelet given to her by Queen Camilla, the Queen Consort. The design includes small circular charms engraved with Catherine and William's initials. The gift was presented shortly after Catherine's engagement, symbolizing welcome and friendship within the family. Though relatively simple compared to her more formal jewelry, this bracelet carries a deeply personal meaning. It reflects the quiet relationships that exist within the royal family, connections not always seen but symbolized through thoughtful gestures. Catherine's jewelry collection includes several diamond and pearl bracelets that once belonged to Queen Elizabeth II. She has worn these on formal state occasions and during royal tours abroad. One of the most admired is a triple-strand pearl bracelet with a diamond clasp, a piece often associated with the late Queen's elegant daytime style. Catherine's use of this bracelet in more modern settings, such as diplomatic receptions and award ceremonies, gives the piece a renewed relevance. It bridges old-world elegance with modern sophistication, something that has become a hallmark of her approach to fashion. While Catherine is not often seen wearing bulky jewelry, her bracelet selections tend to reflect a balance between delicacy and grandeur. She prefers slim designs that sit close to the wrist, often paired with short-sleeved or three-quarter-length dresses to highlight their craftsmanship. Her bracelets, much like her other jewelry, are chosen with intention. They never appear excessive or overly ornamental. Instead, they accentuate her style in a subtle, polished way. Beyond rings and bracelets, tiaras hold a special place in Catherine's jewelry story. In royal life, tiaras are not everyday accessories, but are reserved for state occasions, official portraits, and ceremonial dinners. Each one has its own heritage, often linked to queens and princesses of previous generations. For Catherine, wearing a tiara is both a privilege and a responsibility, a symbol of her role within the monarchy and her connection to its history. The first tiara Catherine ever wore in public was the Cartier Halo tiara, which she donned on her wedding day in April 2011. The piece was originally made in 1936 and was a gift from King George VI to his wife, Queen Elizabeth, later known as the Queen Mother. The tiara was subsequently passed down to Queen Elizabeth II when she turned 18. Its design features 7 and 39 brilliant cut diamonds and 1 of 49 baguette diamonds arranged in a scroll pattern. It is delicate, relatively light, and elegant, a perfect match for Catherine's classic bridal look. The choice of this tiara for her wedding symbolized both continuity and fresh beginnings, connecting her to the royal line while marking her own entrance into it. Since her wedding, Catherine has worn other tiaras from the royal collection, each chosen carefully for specific events. One of her most frequently worn pieces is the Cambridge Lover's Knot tiara. This tiara carries a strong historical and emotional link to Princess Diana, who wore it often during her lifetime. Originally designed in 1914 for Queen Mary, it features a series of diamond arches topped with hanging pearls. The combination of diamonds and pearls gives it a distinctive shimmer that changes with movement. Catherine has worn this tiara at numerous state banquets and formal receptions, often pairing it with pearl earrings or the Queen's diamond bracelets. When she wears it, the resemblance to Diana is striking, but Catherine's interpretation feels distinctly her own, poised, contemporary, and serene. Another tiara occasionally worn by Catherine is the lotus flower tiara, sometimes referred to as the papyrus tiara. It was originally owned by the Queen Mother and later worn by Princess Margaret. The tiara features fan-shaped motifs resembling lotus flowers and is set with diamonds and pearls. Catherine has worn it at several diplomatic receptions, where its light, balanced design complements her understated sense of glamour. The choice of this tiara often reflects her preference for elegance that feels approachable, avoiding excessive opulence while maintaining the regal tone expected of her position. For Catherine, wearing a tiara is about more than glamour. It represents respect for the institution she serves and the women who have held her title before her. Every time she wears one of these historic pieces, she contributes another chapter to its ongoing story. Photographs of her at state events show her with a calm, assured expression, the tiara acting as a visual symbol of continuity. Each appearance strengthens the public's perception of her as a modern royal grounded in tradition. The evolution of Catherine's jewelry over the years mirrors her growth within the royal family. Early in her marriage, her accessories were simpler and lighter, reflecting her status as a newlywed and a supporting royal. As she assumed greater responsibilities, her jewelry choices became more deliberate, often carrying symbolic meaning. Today, as Princess of Wales, her selections express confidence and authority while remaining deeply personal. Through her rings, bracelets, and tiaras, she communicates respect for heritage and a sense of calm leadership. What makes Catherine's approach particularly compelling is her consistency. She understands that each ring, bracelet, or tiara she wears will be photographed, discussed, and remembered. Yet she never appears overdressed or out of step with the moment. Her choices show restraint, an appreciation for design and history without indulgence. This balance between glamour and grace has helped cement her image as one of the most stylish and relatable figures in modern royal history. In the end, Catherine's jewelry collection is not defined by wealth or scale, but by meaning. Her engagement ring carries the love and memory of Princess Diana. Her wedding band links her to generations of royal brides. Her bracelets represent family bonds and personal milestones. Her tiaras remind the world of the monarchy's deep traditions and enduring legacy. Together, these pieces form a visual narrative, a story of inheritance, affection, and identity that continues to unfold with every appearance she makes. As the Princess of Wales, Catherine has become a custodian of royal jewelry, preserving its history while giving it new life in the modern era. Through her thoughtful choices, she keeps the connection between past and present alive, ensuring that these pieces remain more than artifacts. They are living symbols of continuity, elegance, and quiet strength.